Good morning, guys. This year I haven't done a Powerhouse list, and that's a shame because I am actually a big fan of Powerhouse fragrances. Thanks to my good friends, two Matts, FragranceMatt and Matt C. So these two dudes actually put me, into that direction. They were still reviewing, and I would say these powerhouses, like sort of like not every to everybody's taste. Powerhouse, basically, what I understand from my world, I would say these fragrances actually have no issue with performance. In winter, you need good performer, but these fragrances are gonna be on the bold side, not everybody's cup of tea. Definitely do not blind buy any of these fragrances. I wouldn't recommend, no, but these are just really beautiful in my world. I think these are very special, where I how I see them. So I put them 15 fragrances. Um, some fragrances from the last year are gone thanks to some new fragrances. So basically, to be a combination of old and new fragrances. So I'm kind of excited to do this, and it was very difficult for me to actually compile this because a lot of fragrances are good performer but did not make the list because maybe either they're discontinued or they are like let's say hard to find, or maybe they are not in my rotation anymore. Okay, so and one other guy before I start, that is Lex Ellis, Alexander Ellis. He's the king of all the powerhouses. Dan Norton also love powerhouses, so I dedicate this whole episode to these four reviewers. Okay, two Matts, Dan Norton and Lex Ellis. Okay, let's start. So winter was kind of disappointing this year around. I was hoping for really foggy, cold, like intense cold, so I can actually wait and I can wear these heavy fragrance and enjoy them because when it's hot, you cannot enjoy these. So never mind, if you're in a cold weather situation, you can still rock these. And these are just based on my personal opinion. They're from different kind of types, but they're all strong performer. Okay, so number 15, I will go with the classic Dead Lapidus, Lapidus Purum. I also bought the Extreme, Black Extreme this year, Gold Extreme, but this one remained my favorite. This one, oh my god, this is actually, people call it sometimes the old days Aventus, the real Aventus, a real fragrance for real man. It's just like so ballsy. It has so many notes, it's like you sniff it, this has the vintage feel. Some people may call it out of style, but I wouldn't. If you have that craving for a powerhouse, this is literally, one of the classic examples of true powerhouse. Lapidus Purum, number 15. Okay, number 14, I'm gonna go with some of these houses you know very well. This is Jacques Bogart, and I think this is a bomb of a fragrance. Very sweet, got the grapefruit soda feel. I reviewed it. It's like you use it with caution. Okay, this is Silver Scent Intense. Check out my review on this one. This is kind of youthful, and this actually really, you just need that two sprays. No reapplication with this fragrance. Okay, number 14, Silver Scent Intense by Jacques Bogart. Number 13, very daring, very bold fragrance, but this one sometimes I love, sometimes I hate. I have this love-hate relationship with this fragrance, but when I really love it, I crave for it a lot. I spray it indoors, 4 or 5 sprays just to enjoy the aroma. Gucci Guilty Absolute for men. So now they also have a female version that is also nice, but this is actually very ballsy, and it will remind you sort of like a leather and then band-aid, kind of like a, think of a war kind of scenario. It's in a hospital and this looked, I'm not gonna say blood, but it's got that medicinal feel. And I actually said smells like Savlon and Dettol, but it actually grows on you. It's a beautiful leather fragrance, but for gutsy men. So I would definitely put this in this list. Okay, but this one is love it or hate it. Very, very pure love and hate it. Okay, number 13, Gucci Guilty Absolute for men. Number 12, my first oud fragrance that I ever tried. I fell in love with this house, Jacques Bogart One Man Show Oud Edition. People might say synthetic, it's cheap and everything. Yeah, you're getting it for how much? You're getting it for below 20 bucks. Okay, you're getting 100 ml bottle. This fragrance will last you the whole day. Okay, basically that's the idea. It has that sweetness. Okay, let me spray this a little bit more, like after a long time. And yeah, I still am amazed by how wonderful this fragrance is. More cold weather there is, you can actually see how well it works with that cold weather. It just fits like a perfect partner. It complements that cold weather really, really well. But this is, if you're in the oud game for some time and you're looking for refined oud, this is not a refined oud. This is a synthetic side, but damn, this is well done. And longevity, no issue, right? So this is my next pick. All right, so number 12. So number 11, and this fragrance is just classic. I had to put it in this list. I got it recently. I have been eyeballing this for a long time. This Aramis For Him, the classic. It's a gentlemanly classic fragrance, got the tobacco, leather, a lot of this like masculine notes in this. The tobacco leaf note is really beautiful in this, but it has that mature feel. It's like aftershave, spices, a lot of spices in this. So I mean, Clint Eastwood, that's the first guy's face that comes to my mind when I think of this fragrance. Really a good performer. I would wear this even like nighttime, daytime, in the cold weather. Aramis For Him, number 11. Okay, now we're entering top 10. Top 10 actually are very, very special. I put them according to my liking, okay? Number 10, Davidoff Leather Blend. I have been ignoring this fragrance for some time, but when I sniffed it in the cold weather, just realize how beautiful this is. Very fruity, sweet, but that leather will start getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like exactly this color of posh leather. If you can imagine some of the best leather in the fragrance game, like Polo, Supreme leather, they're just too weak. If you want leather, leather has to be done right, and it has to have performance. If you find this fragrance somewhere, give it a try. You might think it's Davidoff now. This is actually niche quality juice, okay? And you can get this pretty much below $50 now. Much, much cheaper now than before. So this is Leather Blend by Davidoff, number 10. Number 9, a classic. It came back in my rotation. I'll be using this if weather gets a little bit cooler. This is like green vanilla. If you can think of that combination, weird combination, but this is one of the classic. Okay, this is Paco Rabanne Purom. This is the reason I didn't put Azaro Purom in this list. This fragrance really, even after reformulation, whatever, this still has that oak mossy feel. It still has that green aroma, freshness. At the same time, it got that vanilla. Check this fragrance out. If you haven't, it's a very masculine fragrance. Lasts forever. Smells so good in cold weather. Paco Rabanne Purom. One of the OGs. Okay, that's number 9. Number 8 is a fragrance. It's really beautiful. And you have to be a mature nose to appreciate this. I just have to say this. It's not a child's play. And many people say reformulation killed it and everything. I don't think so. It got the honey. It got that animalic tone. It got the civet kind of fragrance feel to it. And it almost reminds you of Kuros, but in a much more modern way. And it's really beautiful. You know, if you sniff it, man, this smells good. It got the leather as well. This is Givenchy Gentleman. If you find this fragrance, try it out. This is one of the go-to guys for me in winter. Really good fragrance, really got good performance. Just that do not wear any of this fragrance in hot summer's day. Givenchy Gentleman. Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7. Now comes the newcomer in the list. Mancera Red Tobacco. Now it's getting rarer to find, it's getting harder to find, so I kept like some solid amount of juice for me. I think it's like 25 ml or so left. This got the smoky tobacco and got some red fruits in it. It just gets so strong over time. It projects like nobody's business. You have this ashy, you know, if you see these pictures, like they have this smoke at the background of incense, at the background is burning. Actually, that's how you go to people. When people smoke, you know, smell you, they think, are you coming from barbecue or something and smelling like tobacco? This is that good. It's one of the best Manceras I ever sniffed. If you like strong, long-lasting performing fragrance, check this one from Mancera. It smells really beautiful too. It's actually like this black and red combo. If you could imagine the smell, that's how this one smells. All right, so this is red tobacco. Okay, we have 6 left. Let's go for number 6 and then we move on to top 5. Number 6 is La Yuquam Tobacco Blaze by House of Rasa. I was not gonna miss out my opportunity to put Rasa in this list. I was gonna put Shura, but when I tried Shura and this side by side, very familiar DNA in each, but there's something about this one is more refined. It's a little bit more, you know, better, well done. It doesn't have that dirty ashy feel to it, so it makes it much more wearable. But boy, if you put 3-4 sprays of this, you're gonna choke to death. Kid you not. Right? So use with caution and use with responsibility. If there are children around, I suggest just go 1 spray under your shirt and put your button up. That's it. Every now and then for 12 hours plus, it's gonna push in a cold weather, right? So La Yuquam Tobacco Blaze, number 6. Okay, top 5. These are some of my best fragrances I would wear. Powerhouse sort of fragrance in cold weather. Okay, so number 5, another Mansera, and the last one I promise, this is Black to Black. So this fragrance, you can see the juice color, you can tell probably by the nature of the juice color, it's gonna be dark. Yes, it got the rose, it got those like I reviewed it. I think I put kind of like spices, and then sort of like what else is in there? Wait, bergamot freshness up top, and you get some I don't know. I just forgot. Maybe cloves. Yes, cloves, black pepper, rose, oud, and then a little bit of freshness up top. This fragrance will last you the whole day. In cold weathers, you spray this in the morning. You come back late night, midnight. You have to take a shower to get it off your clothes and your skin combined, right? It's gonna smell like this. You don't need to plan for another fragrance. Just wear this for the whole day. Black to Black, so good. Okay, very daring fragrance though, but one of my powerhouses. Number 5. Whew, number 4. I love this list. Cheapy, Frank Olivier. This is Oud Touch. I think I have not much left in this. If you can see, I used it like crazy. This is actually a clone of Eau d'Ispahan. I cannot afford Eau d'Ispahan at this moment. Perhaps I can, but I just feel like Dior Privé line a little bit above that price range that I would like to pay, just like Tom Ford's, but full respect to Eau d'Ispahan. This one has the DNA. Opening is a little bit synthetic, but I enjoyed it immensely. For the $30 and less budget, if you can imagine a house that gives you 100 ml juice that smells good, lasts a long time, Frank Olivier's house that you say respect to. All right, this Oud Touch at number 4. Amazing oud fragrance. It just smells great, and it's stuck. Okay, no, so good. I got used to it. You have to actually get used to this fragrance first. Once you do, this fragrance would be your best friend. Oud Touch by Frank Olivier. Number 4. Number 3, 2 and 1. Very tough. I wish I could put them all jointly in number 1. Let's do that actually. There's no 3, there's no 2, there's number 1, 3 fragrances. Yeah, let's do that differently. First one, let me show you. Bentley for Men Intense made my list of top designer currently. It covers a lot of angles, okay, for me. This one has the performance, the smell wise, I like the booze. You guys know it smells posh, it smells like really expensive at a very cheap price tag, so that makes it like a beautiful, desirable fragrance. Okay, Dan Naughton loves this, so do I. It's just great. Okay, first one in the first place is Bentley for Men Intense. Good fragrance for cold weather, projects like crazy. Second one in the first place is my buddy, my angel. This bottle may look white to you if you never smelled it. You should actually be prepared to be shocked for the lifetime. Like, what was that? You spray this. It's like, what is that? What is this fragrance that you sprayed? It smells like dirty and clean at the same time. That's what many reviewers say. I have seen one reviewer, Misham, I think I forgot his name. That dude made me look into this fragrance. He was smoking on the whole way of reviewing. This is actually, you wear this fragrance or it wears you. This is one of the best fragrances, which is masculine. It's clean. It gets noticed. It's just so much confidence. If you are a mafia or drug lord, I don't know, Al Pacino, I think Scarface, this is the kind of fragrance I think he was wearing in that movie. Kuros, respect to you, I don't care what people say. This is one of my best fragrances in the collection. Number 2 jointly in number 1 is Kuros by YSL. And number 1, one other thing. Kuros, even after reformulation, it's pretty damn long lasting. So that makes it respect. Okay, and number 1 that I really love, jointly number 1, the last one I'm going to show you is Interlude, man. Ashy, leather, I would say incense, okay, oud. It's sweet in a way. I mean, this fragrance is just, you have to have it. If you are into collection, if you like niche fragrances, designer fragrances, you have to manage somehow to go and buy this fragrance. Even if you do not like those notes like smoky leather, oud, I mean, like those kind of animalic notes, this fragrance is so good. The moment you sniff it, you know this is something like, I would say, precious that you actually invested into. You may not wear it every day, but when you do, you're gonna enjoy it immensely. My number 1 jointly are these 3 fragrances: Kuros, Bentley for Men Intense, and Interlude, man. Okay, those are my top powerhouses for this year. So hope you enjoy these fragrances and try some of them in cold weathers. That's the list. See you soon and have a very blessed night. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.